dinner. You didn't eat very much.
Are you suggesting that I need to put on more weight?
No. I like you just as you are.
Well, that's encouraging.
You tired? You hardly said a word at dinner.
I was listening to you.
Do I always monopolize our conversations like that?
Oh, man, come on. I talk so much most of the time you can barely hear yourself think.
There's something bothering you. Won't you share it with me?
I can't stop thinking about a comment you made earlier. You mentioned the possibility of going back to Rachel as an alternative for getting a divorce.
I think you must have misunderstood me, dear.
No, I didn't.
I do vaguely remember talking about Rachel.
You said that you still feel married to her in a way.
Yes, that's true.
And you said that you either got to go back to her or get a divorce because you can't possibly continue the way you are now.
You have quite a memory.
Oh, Mac, it's not likely to be something I'd forget.
Now, why didn't you tell me this was troubling you earlier?
I don't know. One thing led to another.
You've been stewing about this all evening, and it's all just wasted energy.
Mac, you're not the kind of man that would say something like that if you didn't mean it.
Sometimes I'm afraid I do.
But, Mac, you were so serious.
Perhaps I was, but you shouldn't take me seriously.
Well, I can't ignore it.
Yes, you can. You try.
Mac, I take this relationship very seriously.
I know you do, my dear, and I'm very grateful for that.
Now, if you're considering the possibility of going back to Rachel...
I have considered that possibility in the past, Janice, but I am not considering it now.
Well, you have every right to, of course, and
No, I realize reconciliation with Rachel is just not a viable option for me.
Why not?
Because it just won't work.
Rachel will be coming back to Bay City soon, and you'll be having all kinds of visitation with Amanda.
That's true. I want to spend as much time with my daughter as I can.
And then you and Rachel are going to discover that you care about each other very deeply.
Yes, I do care for Rachel. We lived together for a long time. I can't just turn my feelings off.
Yeah, I know.
You also know I'll be going over there to see Amanda, not to see Rachel.
Yeah, but Rachel will be there.
Well, Louise and Brooks will be there too, dear.
Yeah, cheering you on.
Honey, there's nothing to cheer.
Oh, Mac, I'd like to believe that.
I doubt if I'll ever see Rachel there.
You will if she has anything to say about it.
I think you're mistaken, Janice.
Oh, Mac. I know a great deal about Rachel.
Well, you know that she's not terribly thrilled that I do have liberal visitation rights with Amanda.
Well, she agreed to sign the separation papers.
Yes, she did, but that was only because her ploy to keep Amanda to herself and away from me all the time backfired on her.
You think she's still angry with you?
Yes, I'm sure she is.
I don't know.
Rachel will have Louise tend to Amanda while I'm there to see her. And that's probably the best thing that could happen for both of us. Darling.
Yes.
There isn't anything to be concerned about.
I just can't help it, Mac.
I promise you everything will be all right. What can I say to reassure you?
I shouldn't need reassurance.
But everyone does at times. I know that.
No, I'm just being childish. Look, I apologize.
Perhaps you are. But still, it was thoughtless of me to say that, and I retract it. All right?
Mac, could you arrange to have your visits with Amanda here at the suite instead of at Rachel's?
On occasion. I don't see why not.
No, I meant all of the time.
Well, now, I don't know how Rachel would take to that kind of idea.
Because she thinks I would corrupt a baby?
No, but you know how irrational she is about our relationship.
Well, what if I wasn't present when Amanda was here? I mean, wouldn't that kind of ease the situation?
Yes, to a degree. But it's just a lot more complicated than that.
But the separation agreement stipulates that you can have your visits here at your own premises.
That's quite correct.
Well, then Rachel couldn't possibly object, could she?
Oh, yes, she can, and she probably will. But I have the law on my side, if that's necessary.
No, it's not.
You change your mind now?
No, I just don't want you inviting another legal battle because I'm jealous, that's all.
Is that why you don't want me to go to the house?
Of course it is.
But, dear, you've got me here. I'm here.
I know. I'd like to keep it that way.
If you'll promise me not to worry, I'll promise you I'll have my visits with Amanda here every time it's at all possible. Say it. That's all right.
It's all right.
But you can do better. Who can that be?
You'll see.
What is going on here?
It's a surprise.
You're full of surprises, aren't you? Thank you.
Do you mind?
Mind? Seems like a lovely idea to me, doesn't it to you?
Good.
Thank you very much. Now, will you tell me what this is all about?
I am in a very romantic mood.
Oh, is that so? Good.
You put up with my bad mood before, so I thought I would do something for you.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. Champagne is a very good place to start.
I thought you'd like it.
But you know, you are entitled to a lousy mood now and then.
Not if it upsets you.
I admit I like to see you smile.
See? I'm smiling.
You are indeed. It's beautiful.
Tell you what, let's have a toast to Vince and Mimi.
Lovely idea.
We'll have our own private little celebration.
Ah, you are a sentimentalist, aren't you?
Yeah, well, just don't go to any sad movies with me. I cry all over the place.
That wouldn't bother me.
It would if everybody in the theater turned around and stared at you.
No, I just stare right back at them.
Yeah, well, you probably would.
We got to try that sometime.
Oh, Mac. You're such a wonderful man.
Well, it's nice of you to think so.
No, I mean it. The truth.
You're not half bad yourself.
Come on now, you're teasing me.
I'm sorry.
You have no idea how happy you've made me these last few months.
Well, it pleased me too.
I don't know what I did to deserve you.
Now, come on. There have been lots of times when I haven't been such a prize, you know.
Well, you have been to me.
We've weathered some pretty bad storms, haven't we?
It certainly hasn't been dull.
No, but it hasn't been pleasant either sometimes.
You're talking about your fights with Rachel over the separation agreement, huh?
And Amanda?
Well, you survived victorious.
Yeah, but I'm sorry about the pain I've caused.
Now, that wasn't your fault.
I suppose, under the circumstances, it was inevitable. Here's to you.
Especially considering the determination Rachel has to have her own way.
She does lash out at people when she's hurt and angry.
What do you think will happen when she comes back to Bay City?
I don't know. She seemed very conciliatory before she went to New York.
Well, there must be a reason for that.
I think she was grateful because I returned Amanda.
Sure, that's one of the reasons.
You think there are others?
Well, maybe she realized that the only way to get you back was to be conciliatory.
Oh, no, I doubt that. I don't think she wants me back.
I don't know why. Why?
Well,
I think she was crazy to let you go in the first place.
I don't know about that. But I do know I think it's too late now. Too much has happened.
What if I weren't in the picture, Mac?
But, my dear, you are in the picture. Very definitely. So there's no point in going into that. Do you know how much of a help you've been to me over these past months? Do you have any idea?
That's all that's important to me.
Let's toast that. Hey, wait. I know where there's something good to go with it. Excuse me. Be right back.
Okay. I'll even put the champagne in glasses.
Janice?
Yes, who's this?
It's Rachel.
Oh, hello.
Is Mac there?
Yes, he is.
May I speak to him, please?
Well, he can't come to the phone right now.
Why not?
He's taking a shower. Can I take a message for him?
Well, just tell him that I'll be back in Bay City at the end of the week.
That's why you're calling him.
Well, he wanted me to keep him informed.
Well, yes, of course. I'll give him the message.
You won't forget.
No, I won't. You could try him at the complex tomorrow.
Yes, I know I could.
By the way, how is Amanda?
What?
I was asking about Amanda.
How could Amanda's well-being possibly affect you?
Well, Rachel, I did take care of her for 2 or 3 weeks.
And you're going to remind me of that?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yes, and I shouldn't have called when there was a chance that you would be there.
Yes, well, I'm here a lot. That's why I suggested maybe you'd like to call over the complex.
I'll do that.
Did I hear the telephone?
Yes, you did.
Oh, was it about Vince?
No, it was Rachel.
Rachel?
I thought you were in the shower.
Is Amanda all right?
I suppose so.
Well, did she say what she wanted?
It was a travel advisory. Rachel's going to be back in Bay City next week.
Oh, I'll be so happy to see Amanda.
Do you want to call Rachel?